Shalom, good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcast to you from Jerusalem, and in today's top stories. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant emphasizes the need to maintain national unity as a key war objective. Qatari Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al-Thani voices optimism about a new framework for a hostage release deal. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin emphasizes that the United States will respond to the deadly attack on its forces in Jordan. On the 116th day of the Hamas-instigated war, IDF troops continue to focus on the city of Khan Yunis in the southern Gaza Strip. IDF spokesman Rear Admiral Daniel Agari said the forces are using new methods of fighting, which includes the use of advanced technologies, some of which are being utilized for the first time. Moreover, Admiral Agari revealed that the IDF has thus far eliminated over 2,000 terror operatives in the city of Khan Yunis alone.
אנחנו ממשיכים במתקפה במרחב ח'אן יונס. יש לנו עוד משימות מבצעיות לפירוק המסגרות הצבאיות של יתר הגדודים של החמאס. כל ח'אן יונס חיסלנו למעלה מ-2,000 מחבלים מעל ומתחת לקרקע. בנוסף, השמדנו תשתיות תת-קרקעיות משמעותיות, בהן מצאנו מתקנים להחזקת חטופים, מפקדות, אמצעי לחימה, תשתיות ייצור וחומרי מודיעין.
Meanwhile, during a meeting of Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant with the commanders of the IDF's artillery corps at the Gaza border, Jerusalem's top defense official noted that over a fourth of Hamas terror operatives have been killed, while highlighting further that the battle against terror in the Gaza Strip will take additional months ahead.
מחבלים יישארו. זה המצב הטבעי. אנחנו נלחם בכיסא התנגדות. עוד נקודה ועוד פשיטה, וזה ייקח חודשים, זה לא ייקח יום אחד. מצד שני, אין להם מספקה, אין להם תחמושת, אין להם תגבורות, קשה להם לטפל בעצמם, פצועים ודברים אחרים. חיסלנו כבר רבע מהמחבלים של החמאס לפחות, אני חושב שאפילו יותר. ויש עוד מספר כזה שהם פצועים. ככה כשאתה מסתכל על הדברים, הייתי אומר, יש 3 מטרות היום למלחמה. 1 זה לחסל את החמאס, 2 להחזיר את החטופים, 3 לשמור על אחדות עם ישראל. זה גם מטרה.
Meanwhile, in Tel Aviv, the Israel War Cabinet received a comprehensive briefing from Mossad Director David Barnea, ISA Director Ronen Bar, and Major General in Reserve Nitzan Alon, who oversees intelligence efforts to rescue the hostages being held by Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The 3 intelligence officials who returned from Paris, where they met with CIA Director William Burns, Qatari Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al-Thani, and Egyptian Intelligence Minister Abbas Kamel, informed the Israeli War Cabinet that a new proposal includes a deal that is to be carried out in stages, with Hamas releasing women, the elderly, and sick in the first stage, but not anyone it considers to be a soldier. According to what was proposed in this deal, a first round would include the release of about 1/3 of the remaining hostages in Hamas captivity, in exchange for which Israel would release terrorists, including some who were convicted of very serious acts of terror, from Israeli prisons at a staggering rate of 100 to 250 terrorists per each hostage. In addition, Israel will promise to allow a large amount of humanitarian aid to enter the Gaza Strip. Israeli sources said Israel has given a green light to the framework of the deal. Nevertheless, the Prime Minister's Bureau issued a statement in which it stressed that the deal includes conditions that are unacceptable to Israel. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., the Qatari Prime Minister addressed the Paris summit, noting that it laid a foundation for the way forward.
I think yesterday was good progress made to get things back in shape and to at least to lay a foundation for the way forward. We cannot say that this will make us, in better shape very soon, but we are hoping actually to relay this proposal to Hamas and to get them to a place where they engage positively and constructively in the process, because we think that in today's world, I think that's the only game in town now, and that will be the only way to get the situation de-escalated. And we hope that both parties taking this opportunity to get, of course, to make the war stop, but also to get the hostages back to them.
The Qatari Prime Minister also seized the opportunity to warn that a U.S. retaliatory response after the deadly attack by Iranian proxies that claimed the lives of 3 U.S. service members and wounded dozens of others may impact the negotiations for the release of Israeli hostages.
Actually, what we've been warning from is the bigger picture in the region, and we've been warning from day one that this war has a potential of expanding and spill over in the region, and we are seeing this building up, unfortunately, in the last 3 months and a half. I hope that nothing would undermine the efforts that we are doing or jeopardize the process, yet it will definitely have an impact on it, and will, one way or another, it will have an impact on the regional security, and we hope that things get contained and not to get escalated beyond control.
Responding to the Qatari Prime Minister, U.S. National Security Council Coordinator for Strategic Communications, namely retired Rear Admiral John Kirby, rejected the notion that an expected American response to the Iranian-directed attacks against U.S. service members would somehow impede negotiations between Hamas and Israel.
There's no reason that whatever our response is, there's no reason for that to have an impact on our ability to try to get these hostages released. And as I said last week, so I can say today, those discussions are ongoing. We believe they have been constructive and are moving in a good direction. Don't want to sound sanguine here. There's a lot of work left to be done. We don't have an imminent deal to speak to, but based on the discussions we've had over the weekend and in recent days, we feel it's moving in a good direction.
Admiral Kirby went on to acknowledge Iran's link to the deadly attacks that have been directed at U.S. service members. Nevertheless, he further emphasized that the United States is not looking for war with Iran.
We know that Iran supports these groups. The degree to which they order and direct is something that, you know, intelligence analysts will look at. We know they support them. We know they resource them. We know they train them. We know that they're certainly not discouraging these attacks, whether it's attacks by the Houthis, what Hamas did on the 7th of October, what Hezbollah has proven capable of doing, and now, of course, what these militia groups continue to do in places like Iraq and Syria, and now Jordan. We are not looking for a war with Iran. We are not looking to escalate the tensions any more than they already have been escalating. In fact, everything we've done has been designed to try to de-escalate those tensions. That said, this was a very serious attack. It had lethal consequences. We will respond, and we'll respond appropriately.
Meanwhile, at the Pentagon, Deputy Press Secretary Sabrina Singh acknowledged that the number of wounded American service members has risen to more than 40.
The names of those soldiers who lost their lives were Sergeant William Rivers, Specialist Kennedy Sanders, and Specialist Breonna Moffett, all of whom were assigned to the 718th Engineer Company, a U.S. Army Reserve unit based out of Fort Moore, Georgia. Right now, we assess that there are more than 40 that have been injured. We do expect that number to continue to fluctuate as our service members, as you know, with TBI, report symptoms later on, so that number could continue to grow. In terms of attribution for the attack, we know this is an IRGC-backed militia. It has the footprints of Kataib Hezbollah, but not making a final assessment on that. Our teams here are continuing to do the analysis, but we know that Iran is behind it, and certainly, as we've said before here in this briefing room, Iran continues to arm and equip these groups to launch these attacks.
Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, during a meeting with NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, voiced his outrage over the deadly attacks which were facilitated by the Islamic Republic of Iran, while the NATO Secretary General, for his part, stressed Iran's malign role in destabilizing the region.
Let me start with my outrage and sorrow for the death of 3 brave U.S. troops in Jordan and for the other troops who were wounded. President and I will not tolerate attack on U.S. forces, and we will take all necessary actions to defend the U.S. and our troops.
Let me start by express my condolences for the U.S. troops killed and wounded in Jordan. This demonstrates once again the risk that servicemen are exposed to when they stand up for our values and take part in missions and operations where we protect freedom and the values we all believe in. Iran continues to destabilize the region. This includes backing terrorists who attack our ships in the Red Sea, and the US is leading international efforts to end these attacks.
Thank you for watching TV7 Israel News. I'd like to initially update you that TV7 Israel is currently hosting a senior delegation from the United States. Therefore, TV7 Israel News will not air our daily bulletin on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Nevertheless, we will broadcast a number of in-depth productions on the latest developments related to the war. Meanwhile, I would like to continue encouraging you, pray for the peace of Jerusalem and salvation of Israel. Moreover, if you're blessed by our daily updates and would like to help us bear the costs, please consider making a donation. You can do so by visiting our website at www.tv7israelnews.com. I'm Jonathan Hessen, wishing you an Erev Mevorach, and God willing, we'll see you during our upcoming TV7 Israel updates. Until then, Shalom from Jerusalem.